As Thomas Pesquet makes his way inside the Quest airlock, at the other side of the hatch to the crew lock section of Quest in the equipment lock, Megan MacArthur on the left, Aki Hoshide with his back to the camera, and Mark Vandehei on the right are awaiting the crew members and the repressurization of the crew lock section of Quest that will enable them to open up the hatch and bring Shane Kimbrough and Pesquet back inside.
Transferred in. So with that, Thomas, you can ingress the airlock, verify that the forward hatch pit pin is engaged.
Copy. All right. You ready for me? I am ready. Okay. Nice. I think my first pop. Oh, that's good. Okay, so down. Airlock forward pit pin is engaged.
Copy, Thomas. Close the hatch thermal cover. Attach the hook to the magnetic plate D-ring and cinch the strap until snug.
Yep. And can you push on my feet, please? If you can push so you go out. Push down, down, down. Yeah. Yeah. Going and yeah, okay. I don't see where the AT goes. Oh, to the, okay, here's hidden.
Affirm, attach the hook to the magnetic plate D-ring.
Yeah, right. Hiding from me, lady.
Sorry, Thomas. We see it.
Not your fault at all. I get it. I'm going to cinch it.
Copy. Cinch till snug and report the number of black lines. We're expecting 6.
1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. I see 7. I see 7.
Copy, Thomas. You can remove the SCU from the stowage pouch and connect it to your DCM.
Got enough room, Simone? Yeah. On my back. Right. Go from the pouch.
And Thomas, I understand you are connecting to your SCU. We want to check if you can get the magnets to engage on the thermal cover as well.
So I'm connected to the SCU. What do you want to engage, Jenny?
Copy, you're connected to the SCU. Can you ensure that the thermal cover magnets are engaged? That will be fully closed.
Closed or engaged tomorrow. Fully closed. So it's not a strong magnet, Jenny. Not strong at all.
Copy, we understand. That looks good to us. So I'll get both of you to check your SCUs are locked.
ESU is locked. EV2 locked.
Note, TCV setting of 8 max cold minimizes time for SCU cooling. You can switch water off, OFF, forward, and expect an H2O is off message.
Water off, EV1. Water off, EV2.
Copy. Do not close hatch until EMU water off for 2 minutes. We're timing.
Copy. Great job today, tomorrow, the whole team. That was a really good job. A lot of complications. That was very exciting for it and finding solutions. Yep, proud of everyone.
We completely agree. You guys did a fantastic job today. It's a complicated EVA.
Good job, Jenny. Yeah, excellent work, Jenny. The team, pretty good with everyone.
Our 2-minute timer is complete. So, Thomas, you can verify the outer hatch is clear of hardware, and the handle is per the hatch decal.
Copy. I think it's the back fully on my ESU, Shane. It's sort of crew like that. Yeah, okay, I'll hold them. Okay. All right, so the outer hatch is clear of obstruction. So I'm going to go ahead and push the press button.
Copy that the hatch is clear, and if the handle is per the decal, you can close and lock the hatch, Thomas.
Per the decal. Check me if nothing. Clear. Good. Okay. Flight today. Jenny, did you copy the outer hatch is locked?
That was a
so he's latched?
short handover. We copy now. The hatch is closed and locked. On the UIA, Shane, check oxygen. EMU 1 and 2 valves are both open.
Both are open.
Copy. Switch power, EV1 and 2, both on.
On 1 with the light, on 2 with the light.
Copy, both on, and you see EMU LEDs 2 on. Check power, EV1 and 2 volts, 18 to 19.
18.6 on both.
Copy, good numbers. On your DCMs, switch power to SCU, expect warning tone.
This is Mission Control Houston. The clock continuing to tick on today's spacewalk. Now at the 7-hour, 13-minute mark, but we're in the home stretch. The outer hatch to the Quest Airlock's crew lock compartment is closed and locked. The crew now hooking up to umbilicals in the crew lock, and will soon begin the repressurization of that segment of the airlock to mark the official end of today's spacewalk.
Thank you, Jenny, and thanks to all the team. There's a lot of work going into these days, and a lot of work real time to react, and it was beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Jenny, thanks. Fantastic work today, Jenny, and Thomas and Shane. We are looking forward to getting our friends back inside. So here we go. Both of you take your O2 actuators to press.
Copy. One's in press. Still working on it.
Copy.
V2's in press.
Both in press. Thomas, check that the EV hatch MPEV is closed.
The hatch MPEV is closed.
Okay, I'm about to start throttling the IV hatch equalization valve. Let me know if you want me to slow it down.
Okay, copy.
That's about halfway there so far. I'll slowly ramp it up.
Very comfortable so far. Thank you.
This is Mission Control Houston. The repressurization of the Quest airlock has begun at 2:26 p.m. Central Time, marking an end to today's spacewalk by Thomas Pesquet and Shane Kimbrough at 7 hours 15 minutes. Again, 7 hours 15 minutes for today's spacewalk. The EVA, or spacewalk, ending at 2:26 p.m. Central Time with the start of the repressurization of the Quest airlock. And we'll have additional statistics for you shortly.
So both of you, when the crew lock is at 4.0, accept in a low tone.
Copy. Sorry, the 5.2. We're already at 5, Mark. Yeah.
Again?
We're already at 5. You need to turn it off.
I barely heard. I think you said throttle it back.
No, we're already past 5.0. Yeah. So we're at 5.7, Mark.
Okay, IV hatch equalization valve to off.
There you go.
We're going to wait 2 minutes for the crew lock pressure to stabilize. That was a lot faster than I expected.
Copy.
And Shane, Tama, we are just waiting. We're finishing up our 2 minutes to do a 1 minute leak pressure check.
Copy, Mark. Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. The repressurization of the Quest airlock is continuing following the completion of today's spacewalk by Thomas Pesquet and Shane Kimbrough. The spacewalk began at 7:11 a.m. Central Time today when the two spacewalkers placed their suits on battery power and ended 7 hours 15 minutes later at 2:26 p.m. Central Time with the repressurization of Quest. This was the 239th spacewalk in support of ISS assembly maintenance and upgrades, the 7th spacewalk conducted out of the ISS this calendar year. For Thomas Pesquet, this was the 3rd spacewalk of his career. He now has a total of 19 hours, 47 minutes of spacewalking time. Shane Kimbrough now has completed the 7th spacewalk of his career for a total of 46 hours and 15 minutes of spacewalking time. In all, the 239 spacewalks associated with ISS assembly maintenance and upgrades have equaled 1,506 hours and 28 minutes of spacewalking time, which is the equivalent of 62 days, 18 hours and 28 minutes of spacewalking since the first ISS spacewalk back in December of 1998. So far, for Expedition 65, there have been 2 spacewalks. The first conducted by Russian cosmonauts Oleg Novitsky and Pyotr Dubrov 2 weeks ago out of the Poisk module. So with today's spacewalk in the books, the 2 spacewalks so far for this expedition have totaled 14 hours and 34 minutes of spacewalking time. The spacewalk resulted in a mixed bag of results today. The first of the new IROSA ISS rollout solar arrays was removed from its flight support structure on the truss of the station and mounted on a mounting bracket at the base of the P6 solar array truss segment. However, a couple of issues with Shane Kimbrough's suit that resolved themselves cost the spacewalkers some time, about an hour's worth of time. and they were unable to complete all of the work planned for today. They also had an issue with some interference as they tried to unfold the array from its folded configuration once it had been mounted on the mounting bracket at the base of the P6. So the array is back in a folded configuration. It was not unfurled. It was not fully unfolded. It is folded and bolted into place in a safe configuration. Managers now will have discussions regarding the next course of action for this particular solar array and where we go from here with planning for the next spacewalk to deal with the second of these two solar arrays. This particular solar array that Pesquet and Kimbrough worked on today was designed to provide augmented power to the 2B power channel on the P6 truss. The next solar array, which remains in its flight support structure on the truss of the station, is currently scheduled to be removed and installed on Sunday by Pesquet and Kimbrough. But whether or not we press ahead with that work or have some modification to the spacewalking plan will be the subject of discussions over the next couple of days. The Quest airlock is almost completely repressurized at this point, at which time Mark Vande Hei, as we see, is rotating the hatch handle and now is opening the hatch between the crew lock section and the equipment lock section so that he and Megan MacArthur can assist Pesquet and Kimbrough in re-entering the equipment lock so that they can have their safer, simplified aid for EVA rescue backpacks removed from their spacesuits, and then have photos taken, which is a typical course of action. They'll have photos taken of their suits and gloves for analysis by engineers back on the ground before they begin to remove their spacesuits.
Station Houston, space to ground 1, heads up, crew is no longer hot mic.
Shane Kimbrough back inside the equipment lock of the Quest airlock. Thomas Pesquet now being assisted back inside by Van de Hei and MacArthur. This is Mission Control Houston, once again safely back inside the Quest airlock. Astronaut Shane Kimbrough in the field of view on the left side of your screen, partially obscured at the moment by Mark Van de Hei, and looking over the shoulder of Thomas Pesquet. They are being assisted in getting their gloves off. There will be photos taken of those gloves, as is normal standard practice following a spacewalk. Megan MacArthur also assisting in the equipment lock section of Quest. And within the next few minutes, the two crew members will get their helmets off and begin the process of getting out of their suits with their long day's worth of work having come to an end, with the first of the ISS rollout solar arrays having been installed on a mounting bracket at the base of the P6 truss, not deployed, not unfolded. That is forward work yet to be evaluated by mission managers. The next spacewalk by Kimbrough and Pesquet for the next of the first pair of solar arrays, the second of the solar arrays delivered 2 weeks ago on a SpaceX cargo vehicle. That next spacewalk is currently scheduled for Sunday, and we'll be watching very carefully to see what managers and the ISS program management decides the next course of action will be. This is Mission Control Houston. Thomas Pesquet on the right, Shane Kimbrough on the left. Their helmets now having been removed, safely back inside the Quest airlock following a 7-hour, 15-minute spacewalk today, the 7th for Kimbrough, the 3rd for Pesquet, in which they removed from a flight support structure the first ISS rollout solar array, the first of 6 such devices designed to augment the power capability of the International Space Station's existing arrays. They were able to install it on a mounting bracket at the base of the P6 truss, but a couple of issues with Shane Kimbrough's suit that turned out to be minor in nature cost the 2 spacewalkers some valuable time outside while flight controllers here in Mission Control conducted troubleshooting on Kimbrough's suit. And so the 2 spacewalkers were not able to unfold or deploy this 60-foot-long array. It remains folded up and bolted in place in a safe configuration at the base of the P6 truss. The next spacewalk is scheduled at the moment for Sunday by Kimbrough and Pesquet to remove and install and activate the second of the 2 IROSA or ISS rollout solar arrays. This one for the 4B channel of the P6 truss. The one mounted on the bracket today is designed to augment power for the 2B power channel. So where we go from here will be the subject of discussion by managers over the next couple of days. At the moment, we are scheduled for coverage of the next spacewalk at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Sunday morning. However, we would urge you to stay in touch with any further advisories on that, and to keep your eye on the space station web at www.nasa.gov/station. For now, that will wrap up our spacewalking coverage for today. 7-hour, 15-minute excursion outside by Shane Kimbrough and Thomas Pesquet. Thanks for joining us throughout the course of the day. This is Mission Control Houston.